Hey everyone, welcome to the party. I guess it's a party. Got a few people, not bad. Off to an okay start, I guess. All right. So those have been around the channel for a while may have seen my game development basics course. If you haven't and you're watching, it's a free course on my YouTube. Check it out. It's free. It teaches you Unreal Engine from the ground up. And I make no assumptions about your knowledge of Unreal Engine. So I think it's a great place for people that want to learn Unreal to start. I put like 400 hours into the course. I did a ton of research. I read basically all of the documentation, which kind of sucks, but I did it nonetheless. And made sure that what I was putting in the course was like the actual way to use Unreal Engine and not just my personal opinion on things. So, in that course, we made a game called Bug Squash, and that's like week 2 of the course. It's an 8-week course, and then in week 8, I developed like a updated version of it just to show it was possible. And we just finished Run Veggies, and I have like a little bit of free time, but I'm not in a place to take on like a big project. So I was like, hey, I'm going to work on this game because I actually had a lot of fun doing it in the course. So this is the updated Bug Squash. And basically, let's full screen. Yeah. So we got this little tank, and collect the organic samples. I don't know if anyone can tell that that means these glowing pink things, but these bugs are going to come out. So right now I have like some reusable blueprints that I can use to set up the like triggered encounters. The goal will basically be to get all these little I need like an actual model for them. I just used the one that came with this voxel pack. But basically, these bugs are going to come after you. You gotta fight them off as you progress through this level. Oh, why are you guys all spawning down there? There's like 6 spawn points, and they all chose the same one. I guess I gotta make my random more random. So yeah, there's like all these encounters. There's some bugs that I'm working through right now. I think they're gonna, yeah, there we go. Like for instance, I can't shoot them up here because my bullets are flying straight. So you kind of get this precarious situation there on those ramps, which I kind of wanted, but it's actually like too annoying. So we can go up here. I was teaching a coding camp this week, and the kids were like kind of upset that the tank tracks like didn't follow the slope of this ramp. And I was like, I'll work on it, okay? So that's something I want to fix to make the tracks kind of match the angle of the ground. You can get those ones. Like this one, I made it so if you get it, you gotta jump down. There's another encounter here. Spoiler. This one's supposed to be like the final choke point before you get to the end. And it will come from behind me too, so I need to keep an eye on that. Although the random, like, it picks a random spawn point and then it just like goes through a loop and spawns a bunch of them. But it appears that they're not as random as I would like. You can go up here, look at all these treasures, but there's another, like, hey, go in there at your own risk because you're about to get, like, got. See, they're not like, it's not randomized enough. Maybe I'll make a few more there. But what this started as is like a prototype from that course. And then I've just been building on it this week because I'm bored. So like I got this camera view. It's going to show you like, oh, what's that thing? I don't know. I better go check it out. And you got to drop down, which means you can't get back up. Common video game trope. And then you turn it on and it says protect the command center. And now the real fight begins. I originally made this too hard, so I toned it down a little bit, and now I feel it might be too easy. But basically, they're just going to keep coming. Right now, for a while, they were coming like faster than you can kill them, and it was actually like kind of annoying. But, oh, dude, chill. It's not that serious, man. Yeah, come and get me. It's tank for lunch. There is like a weird bug here where... So I thought I set up in a way that the bugs... I can show the code in a sec. But the code is that the bugs should continue to spawn until there are no more. There's 3 left, 2 left. Oh, come on. See, but like it says level complete, but there's still bugs alive. So I think I need to fix that logic there. I have it as an and statement. I think it needs to be like a or something. But that would be like the end of level 1. Basically just like introduce you, but in further levels, there may be like multiple things you got to protect. So that's like an extra challenge. And then you could also build turrets. That system's like already working, but I didn't want it in level 1 because I just wanted to introduce the player to like the mechanics. And then, yeah. So let's figure out what's going on with this command center. Yeah, see, so level complete, it calls the dispatcher, and then that will display that message. I think I have also this thing. This is what's handling spawning the bugs. I think this is where the logic is broken. See, end bug spawn. Bug death. So when a bug dies, if there's no bugs left, and the number of bugs to spawn is 0, see, I think this is where my logic is flawed. I need to think about it. I need to think through this. So this bug's length is keeping track of whenever we spawn a bug, we add it to that, right? Whenever we kill a bug, we remove it from that array. And then we want to check, is the array at 0? Actually, I think what we want is, I'm actually going to switch this, is greater than or equal to 0. And number of bugs to spawn is bug's length is less than or equal to 0. Because originally it was just this, and then what I realized is if you kill the bugs fast enough, you can get like level complete while there was still like 20 bugs left. So I do think I need to check both. But actually, I think I want two different branches. I want to first check because in order to figure out what's going on, I think I'll recombine them, but less than or equal to 0. It could probably just be 0, but let's just put an extra. All right. So number of bugs to spawn is a variable that we can set on this actor for like the number of bugs that we want for this encounter. So basically I wanted to be able to have like reusable components so I could just like make levels very quickly and I didn't have to program them each. So I made a reusable component called bug zone handler that gets an array of these spawn points. There's a bunch of other stuff in here. And it spawns bugs. And every time it does it, it's going to decrement the spawn number of bugs to spawn. So if it starts at 1, it's going to put it to 0. Actually, I think I want this. Because if I put 1, it won't. Number of bugs to spawn. True. Is greater, so it's going to decrement it to 0. I think I want this on the other end. That's what happens when you code when you're tired. I'm going to get rid of all of this. So we call spawn bug. It's going to spawn a bug. It's going to add it to this array. Then it's going to decrement number of bugs to spawn. And if it's 0, we're going to clear the timer. So this is now what we want. So if there's 1 bug, it's going to spawn 1 bug and then be done. Now, when a bug dies, we want to remove it from that array. Actually, let's put this one first. Just to follow my own logic. We want to check if there's any more bugs to spawn. Or if we want to check if there are any bugs in this array, right? And if there's not, because this is less than or equal to 0, if there's less than or equal to 0, then we want to go. Then we'll go to the next step. So there's no more bugs left, which is key. Then, is my mic like super loud? All right. Then if we, but we also want to check that we have spawned all of the bugs. So there's no bugs left, but we also want to make sure that there's no bugs left to spawn. So if number of bugs left to spawn is less than or equal to 0, then we want to end bug spawn, and that says all the bugs are eliminated. And what this is going to do, this is just a little bit janky, but yes, I want to use it for two things, and I was being lazy, so I just did this. So basically, it can be used for these encounters like throughout the level that we did. This is pure laziness. So like all these random encounters that happen like throughout the level, I want to use it for those. But then when I get to the end, I want to set it for like these guys too. So I was like, all right, for now I'm just going to do this. So regardless, when the end bugs spawn, which means all the bugs are dead and we don't have any more to spawn, we're going to call end event dispatcher if it's a regular trigger, and if it's the command center, then we call level complete, which calls this and pops up the level complete. So this should work now. Let's play through it again. Hello, welcome to my super awesome tank stream where I kill bugs. If you are trying to learn Unreal Engine, or you know more about Unreal Engine than I do, let me know what you think. These guys, oh, now there's 4, which might have been what I wanted, but maybe not. I think, can't remember. We'll have to look if the first encounter is 4. Those guys got me. Yes, I gotta pay better attention. All right, here comes round 2. There you are, bud. See, there's all these spawn points, but like they only pick. The one on the stairs, the one on the ramps is the most annoying. I'm actually going to trigger it and then go back down so I don't get stuck on the ramps. I think it's like right at the base of this ramp here. Yeah, I got the print strings to cheat for me. See, sometimes I go super fast. Like, what's this guy up to? What are you doing, man? There's 2 of them. It's like when they get stacked on each other or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, I remember you. How's it going? You were in the game jam, I think. Oh, crap. I'm going to get stuck here. These guys are going to get me. Yeah, I remember your game in the game jam. It was terrifying. We are going to be doing another game jam at the end of the year. It's like, in my Discord, I had people vote. Would you rather do another scary game jam in October or like a winter jam in December? The vote was pretty close if I remember correctly, but December did come out. Or maybe it was actually tied. And then I made the tying vote to do it in December. Just because I have a lot going on in October, personally. All right, now, so far I think it's been working. This is the true test, though. This is the one that gets broken. Or has gotten broken in the past. All right, so now we got to protect this thing. I got a decent amount of health. There we go. Come here, buggy boy. No. See, that's another flaw with their, like, the logic that they use to, like, hit the player. There's like a flaw with the animation right now where they start attacking me and then you kind of can't, like, run away in time. They just do the damage. also think it'd be helpful to have like I actually already have the widget to show how many more bugs there are. Oh, come on. Oh, this is so hard. They come very fast. No, 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 no. If a game will break because the game over is not programmed yet. Come on, guys. That one looks like the last one. Nope, it's not the last one. All right, something's broken. Oh, no, we got another guy. All right. If no more come, then I think there's something broken. Because there should be... Yeah, we should have gotten the event, but we didn't. The last game was very nostalgic, yeah. I, as much as I hated being scared, there was part of me that did have fun with it because you guys did such a good job scaring the hell out of me. It was awful, but it was also fun, you know. I think we'll do a winter jam though, and I'm actually I'm thinking about it right now. But what I would like to do is have some 3D artists in my Discord create like an asset pack that everyone has to use. Because in the past we were using the last 2 game jams I did. We did where you had to use like the free for the month assets. Let's do this fab.com. Yeah, like if you go to Fab, there's this free for the month stuff. But it used to be like for the whole month, which was good for a game jam because I could just make the game jam a month long. But now they cycle every 2 weeks. And I'm not sure how to still do that in a good way. But these look interesting. Let's look at this warehouse one. It's a warehouse. Speaking of horror games, being in a creepy warehouse like this late at night would be kind of... I mean, this one would actually be kind of perfect because we got this werewolf. God, I think it's gruesome looking. This would be a good time for this game jam. Got this creepy werewolf. Got this warehouse. Oh, where there's got to be a pun there. There's got to be a pun there. Give me a second. I don't got it. Warehouse wolf. No, that's nothing. It's not. If you guys can do better, let me know. My dad skills are getting weak, I guess. But yeah, if you want to make some assets, I would love to like spotlight some community artists. Give away a bunch of free assets for the game jam that people could use for the game jam, and then they're just free. But it's also a way that you could like advertise yourself as an artist. Hit me up in Discord. Let me know. Totally down. I can't believe I couldn't think of a pun with warehouse and werewolf. And then this one, these splines are interesting. I've done splines like for a few things. Actually, in Run Veggies, one of the technical artists created a spline for like one of the brick walls that he could just like pop down a spline and it would just be a brick wall with like barbed wire on the top. It's pretty cool. But yeah, if you guys don't know about this, these are free every 2 weeks, like free forever. And like, even if I don't think I'm going to use them, sometimes I'll just grab them because I'm like, I don't know. Like, if you go to my, like, I have so many asset packs. This is what 6 years of getting the free assets looks like. I just go on, I get the free ones every month or every 2 weeks. Even if I'm like, I will never use this werewolf. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll have a client that's like, oh, actually, you're going to wish that you had it now. And you can use them because this is Fab. Actually, even before it was Fab, you could use these in Unity as well. Matter of fact, like this one shows it's in Unity. This one says Unreal Engine, but the if you read the where is it the license, if I remember correctly, unless they changed it, which sure they may have, but it does say that you can use them outside of Unreal Engine. Anyway, so somewhere in our logic, I broke it. Yeah, I have some of them I got from like Humble Bundles. Some of them I just bought for like if I had a client that needed a certain project, um, like a certain thing for his project, I would like pay for the asset pack or have my client pay for it, and then I just get the license. But yeah, I have a lot. I have so many that I forget what I have, so I have to like remember like, oh, I think I had like a really cool VFX pack. What was it called? And then I have to like go find it. So in this bug handler, we did not get this. So why? Oh, but also I wanted to check. Was it 4 or was it 3 down here on this first one? I think it's this. So it's 3. So actually this is now broken. This. But it shouldn't be this. Call it. We decrement it. So on the first time we go down to 2. Then we check. I mean, I could swap it back. It only takes a second. But it was working before. So might as well just put it back. But yeah, my idea for the game jam is basically have everyone in the community, like if people in the community want to donate some assets to the game jam, it's a good way to get your name out there as a 3D artist. I will give you a special thanks. And then basically, people will have to use the assets in the game jam. That's my thought. It's probably going to be in the winter, so I'll probably put out something in the next few weeks about it. All right, spawn bug, decrement. I might be thinking about this the wrong way, but my thought is if it's 3, like this one was 3, and it spawned 4. And maybe I'm thinking about it the wrong way, but it started at 3, it goes down to 2, it's still above 0, so it spawns a bug. The next time it goes around, it goes down to 1, it's still greater than 0, so it spawns a bug. We've now spawned 2 bugs. Next time it goes down to 0, so it should stop. So like it shouldn't do 3, it should only do 2. But right, and then, but maybe that's why it got broke down there at the other place. So now, when the bug is killed, we remove it from the array. We check if the array is less than or equal to 0. If it is, we check that there are no more bugs to spawn, and then we call end bug spawn. So let's go to the end of the level again. It's going to take a bit. All right, this time, this first encounter should spawn 3 bugs. Why are you being like that? Should spawn 3 bugs. It's being so laggy. What am I doing that's causing this lag? See, that time it did spawn 3 bugs. So maybe the end encounter will work, but something's going on here. Oh no, oh no, oh no. They got me. They're coming from all sides, guys. The random actually worked that time. I think that's the first time in all of my playtesting that the random was somewhat random. It's if it looks super choppy on your side, it's not. It's for some reason it's the frame rate is like garbage right now. Oh no! Oh god! No! Leave me alone, bug. All right. Come back down. Fight them on level ground since my turrets can't aim up a hill. See these guys? Look at them. You guys can't do that. That's cheating, man. That's totally cheating. But yeah, if we could, and then I don't know. I'm thinking about the theme, but you know, obviously with it being winter, there's a lot of various holidays around that time. I think that's like the easy way to go, right? I don't know. Maybe I'll do a scary jam in winter. Mix it up a little bit, right? You guys thought you were safe. A spooky jam in December, like our old friend Jack Skellington. I don't even want to fight the bugs. I'm just scared of them. I just run away. My health is super low, and all I want to do is test that this end encounter is actually working. But now we got a laggy ass game. Hey, Nightbot. This game is laggy as hell. And let's text that my counter is working. I'm trying to develop the lore for this right now, but basically those mushrooms that we're collecting do like have a reason. And there is a reason why these bugs are huge and trying to eat my face. Trying to have a tank lunch. Not only is it laggy, but like when I aim, it's like terrible aiming. All right, come after me. Don't worry about the command center. You don't need it. There's nothing there for you. All right, can you guys die? I'm trying to like protect my home. It's like, it's not even aiming in the direction. You guys have no idea how frustrating this is to play right now. Something changed. Okay, like you guys gotta chill. Okay. Oh no, the command center actually died. I think the game breaks now. Yeah, see? They like don't know what to do. Still too hard. Well, it's too hard when the game is laggy. Last time I didn't really have trouble, but like I can't aim. The place where I'm aiming is not actually the place where the bullets are going. Or it's, I mean, it is, right? But like, It's not. Let's see if this will give me level complete. All right, I think I need some debug script to figure out what's going on here. But also I need to figure out why this thing is being so weird. What did I change? Is it this? Is it literally just that? That's the only thing that changed, right? Yeah, if you guys are just popping in, I'm working on Bug Squash, which was a project that we did in my first course like 3 years ago. But it's like week 2 of game development basics. Basically, it's a course that teaches kind of like everything about Unreal Engine from the ground up. And this was one of the projects that we make kind of loosely. One of the projects that we make in that course. And we just finished up Run Veggies here at Jim Douglas Studios. I'm like not in the mood to take on more projects right now, like at all. And I always liked working on this game when I was doing the course. So I was like, I'm just going to work on this game for a little bit and have fun with it. Just do something different and fun. And I also just got done teaching like a coding class for kids for the summer. And I let them play this game and they loved it. Like they absolutely loved it. And so I was like, hey, maybe there's something here. Maybe there's actually something here. All right, we still got the lag, but I just need to be safe. All right, let's start shooting over here. Of course, that's the one that it doesn't pick. Oh, come on, guys, go away. All right, this game is significantly harder to play when it's laggy like this. Yeah, it's been 3 years since my first video. Actually, I just got like the YouTube, like, hey, congrats, it's been 3 years. I was just like, oh man. Come a long way in 3 years. I actually really want to redo that course because, I mean, Unreal Engine has changed a lot in 3 years. I released that course right when Unreal Engine 5 came out. Now we're in 5.6. There's a ton of new stuff. Actually, most of the questions that I get asked on the course now from people that are stuck are like they're trying to use 5.6 and the course is using 5.0. And I'm like, well, they fixed that in 5.2. Look at this guy. He's cooking. What the hell, guys? You can't do that. That's like totally cheating. I'm just going to keep running away from you. But yeah, a lot of the questions I get asked are like, oh, this isn't working in your course. And I'm like, yeah, because you're not using 5.0. Like you have to use, if you don't use the version that I use in the course, like they're going to change things and it's not going to be the same, you know? I still recommend that people use like the version that I use in the course, even though it's like older now. But like the biggest thing is the enhanced input system, which I actually love. I think it's amazing. It actually reminds me a lot of Unity's input system. So there's like a little bit of like commonality between game engines now when you set up like input handling. But Unreal Engine 5.0 didn't have that. So in the core, I mean, Unreal Engine 5.0 didn't have the enhanced input system. So in the course, we're using like the old school input system, and people are like, it's not working. And I'm like, because you need to use Unreal Engine 5.0. I'm really sorry, guys. All right, let's see if we can not get the bug. If not, I'm gonna have to put some bug debugging stuff on the screen so I can figure out what's going on and why this isn't working. All right, I have some health. I'm gonna sacrifice my tank for the greater good here. I'm gonna try to take a risk that he's gonna spawn from here. No, he spawns from up there. All right, just die. Come get me, guys. You don't want that command center, you want my face. I really wish this lagginess would stop. Maybe it's just my computer is like super hot or something. It has been going all day. Could switch it. All right, guys. We're looking for level complete when the last bug dies. But not before the last bug dies. The bug before was that it would give you level complete even before the level was actually over. All right, no level complete. Do we got any more bugs? If not, the bug, we broke it. We actually made it worse. We fixed it the opposite way. But yeah, Game Development Basics is 7 years old now, which I still think it's a good course. I still think it's like worth people's time, because Unreal Engine hasn't changed that much in 3 years. Like the core stuff is still the same, but I do think it's hard to convince people that this course built for Unreal Engine 5.0 is still relevant when we're on 5.6. I think a lot of people just assume that it's too old, which I don't blame them. Technology changes constantly. And I did the game development boot camp last summer, which was a learning experience for me. I learned a lot about trying to live stream a course. I think it was a good learning experience, but I'm not like super proud of that course. Like, I think it's a good course, but if you're a beginner, it's maybe a little bit too quick. I think I just throw too much at people. And then towards the end, I tried to like live stream it for 8 weeks in a row, like every Friday for 8 weeks for like 4-hour live streams. That just took a lot out of me. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was really hard to get through it. And towards the end, like if you watch the course, you could see it. You could see it in my face that I just was not enjoying it anymore. I was just like, I've committed to this. I need to finish it. I'm just gonna power through it. But the last couple weeks are just not quality. I'll say they're not up to the same level of the same caliber as my first course. All right. I think I want some spawn. I think I want to. I think I want to print. Or here's what I'll do. I'll create a little debugging HUD. Where's my HUD? Gameplay message, no. Is it just this one? HUD. All right. This I want to hook up to something. Remove. What was that actually? Remaining bugs. All right. This we will need. Where are we holding that info? Actually, here's what I'll do. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to call this. I'll put it in here. I always promise myself I'm not going to do widgets on live streams because it's super boring to watch. Bug spawn tracker. It's like super boring. Trust me, it's boring to make too. I don't like doing this. But I do think we kind of need some way to figure out what's going on in order to get to the bottom of this. Vertical. Let's put some text in here. Actually, let's do a horizontal box just to keep it nice and tidy. All right. And this vertical box is going to be desired. And this is going to say bugs. All right, how about total bugs? Bugs. Start these at 0. Total bugs. Bugs to spawn. Bugs remaining. This is going to help me. This is going to help me. And we might even use this. We might even use this in the gameplay. Who knows? All right. When we spawn this, I'm going to want a bug zone handler. I want this to be tied to a bug zone handler because this is going to keep track of my bugs, which will be the bugs remaining, the number of bugs that spawned, which will be the total bugs. What was the third one? Bugs to spawn, the ones that we still need to spawn, is number of bugs to spawn. Oh, this will be just when we first load it. So let's create a reference to a bug zone handler. Bug zone handler. And I'm going to expose this on spawn. And then when we start encounter, oh, here we go. Bug zone, start bug spawn. Let's just put this baby right here. Create widget, bug spawn tracker, self. All right, bug zone handler is going to spawn my bug spawn tracker. All right, let's fix one thing. It's gonna look weird if I don't do this. Let's grab all of it, exit. Let's do a canvas. This is just, I'll fix this. Don't judge me. This canvas is going to be fill screen. And then this vertical box is going to be in the top corner. Let's put it at 50-50. All right. Size to content. All right. So when the encounter starts, we'll spawn one of these babies. We'll pass this reference in, and then this will be called text total bugs variable. text bugs to spawn. I know this is like the most riveting, but this is game dev right here, guys. This is game dev. It's like 80% UI. It's like 80% just making freaking widgets. All right, is a variable. All right, so when we set text, all right, bug zone handler, get bug zone handler. We're going to look for bugs to spawn. We're going to set that to that. That one's done. This one, did I do the right one? Total bugs, yes. Bugs to spawn, we want to tie to that. Bugs remaining, we want to get bugs on handler, get bugs array, get the length. Pop that baby in there. All right, now we have our widget. Let's test it. Let's test it. It should be popping up right when I pass these two trees. That's where the trigger is. Popped up. All right, bugs to spawn. 3, 2, 1. All right, yes. Now we can. Oh God, I wasn't paying attention. I was too focused on the widget. Oh, don't get me. I was too focused on the widget. -1. That's interesting. That's what I was saying. Didn't I say that? It shouldn't be possible. It shouldn't be possible. Oh, let's bug zone handler and bug spawn. We want to link to that so it goes away. And bug spawn. Nope. What is it called? Level complete or and level event end. Level event F. Oh, it's this. All right. Easy fix. Easy fix. It's going to take up a little bit more memory, that's all. Just a tiny bit more memory. Widget. All right. Down. Ooh. Now we are cooking. All right. Now it should go away. And when I kill this last bug, we're going to get the -1 again, which is just super annoying. It shouldn't be possible. And whenever I shoot, oh, now you're going to spawn? I threw like a million bullets into that corner. And it went away. Did I see it? Was it there? All right, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 to go. Last one. When the last one is killed, it goes away, which is good. Let's see about this one. The one I really care about is the one at the end. There is a bug, though, that if you don't kill them all and you go to the end, the bugs can somehow still hit the command tower. It's really hard because I'm saying bug. Look at that. That guy just turns on the gas. What is with these guys? You're not allowed to do that. It's cheating. All right, one more. I'm saying like bugs as in like the enemies, but I'm also saying bugs as in like how to like problems with the game. But yeah, there's a weird bug I learned because I was like just racing to the end. But if you don't kill the bugs, then the command tower at the end will just die. Somehow they can still hit it. I don't get it. All right, hey guys. Welcome to the bug party. All right. It does go away properly when we kill the last bug. So that will actually be interesting when we get to this last one. It'll be interesting when we get here. All right, let's see what we get. 25. All right, stay alive, buddy. Stay alive, you little tank boy. Stay alive, tank cheeks. Whenever I start at the top, it comes from the bottom. Whenever I start from the bottom, it comes from the top. I got to stay on top of these guys because they start to overwhelm you. You got to kill them like as soon as you see them. Otherwise, they come for your little buddy, Mr. Command Center. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here, guys. All right. See, look at this. We got 12 left. Is it that a bug is spawning? All right, so 6 left to come. 5. But it's saying there's 3, 4. There's not 3 bugs. I actually think I figured out that one of the spawn zones is spawning the bugs under the floor. That's my only guess. Let's have a look. All right, so there's 4 bugs remaining, but clearly no bugs are coming after me. So let's go here. There are no more bugs in our array, which means that God, this is confusing. The issue, not the bug, the issue is that these bugs, when we're killing them, aren't being properly removed from the array. Because there are actually no more in the level. Let's look at our bug then. All right, death processing. loading zone. I think it's this. I think it's this. Because death processing. What is this being called? Death processing. Disable movement. Bug death. Add to score. Anyway. I'll be right back. I'm just going to take a quick break. Okay. Hello, Steel Logic. It's really hard to read your name. For some reason, it came through as like dark blue. Soup's hard to read. But anyway, gotta fix this bug. All right. Here's what I want to do. I'm just gonna put a print string here because this should. Again, I was being lazy. I plan to fix all of this. Owning. Actually, I would have got this print string. So that's not it. I'll just do this. Error. All right, let's look at my output log though. I want look at this. We got some errors. What? Spawn actor failed because of collision at location. And there were 4 of them. Was there 4 left at the end? There's my 4 things. So which one is that? 18, 8, and 500. That's it, this one. So whenever the bugs are trying to spawn here, it's always the same one. So this one has an issue with what? Oh, maybe it's because it's on a seam. Maybe it can't be in a seam. All right, let's, just for safety, let's bring it up 25. It's always something that you don't expect, I tell you. That's why it's important to read through the logs, use your tools. All right, taking a gamble. Yeah, it paid off finally. Stupid bug. You spawned right where I was already shooting. You should have known better. All right. Now, I'm still weirded out by this -1 bug though. -1 issue. I gotta, when making a game called Bug Squash, you need to not refer to your bugs as bugs, but as issues, as to not confuse your audience. See, I get bugs to spawn -1, but we switched the logic and then it wasn't spawning the right number, so what are you gonna do? All right, hey guys, welcome to the party. Our goal is to not get eaten by bugs. Actually, not going down the ramp might be easier there. You just try to get up here and then get them as the ones down there come. I think I also want to put like a something that causes your gun to heat up. All right, come here, guys. All right, 6 bugs. We should get level complete this time. I think I've fixed the issue. Just gotta stay on top of it. Don't let these guys eat my face. Let's take a gamble. That's gonna be this corner this time. Of course. I'm telling you, no matter what I choose, they always go the opposite way. Oh, come on, you stupid tower. Hey. Dude, oh my god. You guys can like maybe chill a little bit. All right, 20 more. Oh my god, no. Oh man, I'm ruined. That should be game over, but being as this is a very early prototype, my player can't die. So there's that. But the command center dying does actually break the game, I think. So I do need to like get rid of these dudes. All right, 10 more, 9 more, 8 more. All right, I think we're in good shape. It looks like the number of bugs is the correct number now. We are getting a little bit close on the health of the tower. We do need you guys to slow down just a tad. 2 more. Last one. Level complete. Thank God. Oh my god. All right. All right. Now let's fix some issues. Issue number 1. Why is it going to -1? That one's really annoying me. I know it's like so dumb, but it's like super annoying me. Let's see. Where is that? Peer and spawn bug. Oh, it's greater than or equal to. I'm stupid. Greater than 0. But now, yes. Now, this. This should be over here. This should be here. And now we fixed it. I'm pretty sure. So when we call spawn bug, we're going to spawn a bug. We're going to add it to the array. We're going to decrement number of bugs to spawn. We're going to check if that's greater than 0. If it's not, we're going to stop spawning bugs. That's it. We fixed that one. All right. What's the next one? I do wish that the game wasn't so laggy. That's something that I wish I could do right now. My laptop is very hot. Maybe I'll switch to my PC. But maybe I just need to end the stream in like 10 minutes or something. Idiot. You know what's funny is like I usually stream on YouTube, but I put it on Twitch just like because. And I'm on Twitch so little that I actually have no idea how to use it. But I think there's a way. I don't know. Do you guys like Twitch or do you guys like YouTube? I personally am just never on Twitch unless there's like 2 streamers that I watch. One of them is Kindred Games, who's pretty awesome. And the other one is a guy called Rob Kovacs, who does piano streams, but he does like video game music. And I like to watch that because he's usually streaming like when I'm trying to chill out for the night, and I like, it's just like a very calming stream. But he's like a very accomplished musician. He's done some really cool stuff. But he just streams himself playing piano and takes requests. It's really cool. But other than that, I don't really watch Twitch. I spend most of my time on YouTube. But most people don't stream to you. Most people don't stream to YouTube. It's pretty uncommon. At least not for this. Or maybe I'm just not around to see it. I think Ryan Laley does stream. But I never catch his streams because he's in the UK. It's hard to catch him. All right, let's let's get back to business. I'm going to stream for like 30 more minutes, and then I'm going to wrap it up. What else can we do? All right, so level 1 is pretty much done. But what I do want to do is actually get the level complete thing working. So, where's that at? You know what I actually want to do though? I want to call this in my game zone, in my game mode. I don't want to call it here. It's a dumb place to call it. Level complete. And I want a dispatcher here. Level complete dispatcher. We'll call that. And then like all the stuff that's here, I don't know what's listening to this. Because I actually, one of the problems I have is if I do this, yeah, I really don't like this. I really don't like it. This is just lazy. I admit it. I was being lazy, but now that I'm like here, I want to redo it. I want the game mode to be what handles this because I don't want to have like a million different things keeping track of what's going on. So let's get our triggers open. This one, level progress trigger. Level start, level event end. The issue is like if I do it this way, I'm kind of like married to doing it the same way every time. And as my game takes different shapes, if there's different levels that want to have different conditions, I'm gonna have to like reprogram it every time. And that's not like the way I want to do it. I already had to reprogram it twice, which is why I said I was being lazy back here. Because I programmed it to work off of this trigger, and then I made the command center, and I was like, oh, crap. And now I got to program that too. So what I actually want to do is yeah, like I don't want to do this. This is lazy to me. What I actually want to do is get game mode. I want to go to my BP game mode. Hi, what are we building? We're building Bug Squash. It's a... how do I explain Bug Squash? So Bug Squash was a project that I built for my first YouTube course that was called Game Development Basics. It's been 3 years pretty much since I launched that course. And this was one of the projects that I built just to show like, here's how the basics of Unreal Engine works. But I actually really enjoyed making the game. And my studio just finished releasing Run Veggies. I've kind of got a little bit of time between projects, not enough time to like take on another big project. So I was like, I'm just going to work on this game because I had a ton of fun making it for the course, and I think it's a cool little project. So I was fixing a few issues with the level, and now I'm fixing a few more issues. Basically, now I'm doing like cleanup, code cleanup, because I was being lazy. Right. Level event start dispatcher. I'm going to move all of these dispatchers to the game mode. Level event end dispatcher. Level complete dispatcher. So I have these level events that are like throughout my level. And mostly what they do is like trigger bugs to attack you that then you have to squash. But I also have one that's like at the end of the level that's supposed to trigger like the end of the level. And when I originally programmed it, I was being super lazy. And now I'm trying to get rid of that technical debt that I created. So level event start dispatcher. Now I could use the same trigger for both, basically. And I can get rid of these. Hope I don't regret that. So the bug zone handler is always going to use the game mode to know when to start. And the bug zone handler also needs to, let's do this. Let's up our game. Let's save a reference. A hard reference at that. Game mode. Love me a good hard reference. There's this video that like went viral maybe a year ago. It was basically like this guy being like, you shouldn't ever have a hard reference. And everyone was like all on this train for a long time. And I basically was like, the only people that believe this are people that have never coded C++, because you have tons of hard references in C++. But the truth is, there's never a situation where you should not do something ever, because if that was true, then they would not have programmed it to be able to do that. What you need to know is the right situation for each, the right tool for each situation. Unreal Engine is absolutely built for that. Unreal Engine is built for anything. You should let me know what you want. We could talk about it. If you don't want to put it in the chat, you can put it. You can DM me on Discord. Here, my socials are like all my socials are in the bottom corner. Send me a DM on Discord. I also do mentoring, paid mentoring. But let me get the link. But this is really good for people that like want some more like one-on-one help to we all watch tutorials. I got started watching tutorials. I was stuck in YouTube for like months, never really knowing what the hell I was doing. And I got a mentor. I found someone on Reddit who I was paying a lot more than I'm charging to mentor me. And basically he gave me all these tips, like you got to get out of this tutorial loop. And he gave me some really good tips on how to do that. But the point of it is, I think like having a mentor is huge. It doesn't have to be me. There's a ton of people out there that do paid mentoring. There's some people that do free mentoring, which I would maybe be a little bit wary of. If people are giving something for free, there's usually a reason. My reason for giving people free content on YouTube is I want them to pay for my mentoring. So, but Unreal Engine is built for whatever you want it to be. You just need to understand how Unreal Engine works. People come from Unity and they want to make Unity work like Unreal Engine, and it doesn't. It just doesn't. But also, people go from Unreal Engine to Unity and they try to make it look like Unreal Engine, and it doesn't. They're very different in a lot of ways. So what you need to know is how the tools of Unreal Engine are built for you, and then you can make any game you want. I promise you. Whatever you want to make is possible in Unreal Engine, especially because you could use a source build and you could literally rewrite the engine code to do whatever you want. So, like if you don't like the way the physics engine works, which arguably some people, that is a gripe that people have, is the physics engine can be annoying sometimes. You could just rewrite it. You could be like, no, I don't agree with you. New physics. So, yeah. But you can also just DM me on Discord, pass your ideas by me, and maybe I can help just through chat, through like DMs. All right, what were we doing? We got this game mode. We're binding to it. We got it here. We also down here want to call. Yeah, you could do anything on Unreal Engine. I would be willing. I would be. Maybe not. Maybe I won't be willing to make a bet, but I am confident that no one can come up with an idea that can't be done in Unreal Engine. And if you can, congrats. Yeah. I don't know if you're trolling, but if you want to, yeah, this is another. Like, I don't want to have a huge diatribe here and derail the conversation. But when people say you should write your own game engine, that's like saying I want to build a house, but I'm not going to go to the hardware store and buy tools and wood and materials. I'm going to go to the forest and I'm going to like chop down some trees and like process them into lumber, and then I'm going to like make a kiln so I can like make my own bricks, and I'm going to become a blacksmith so that I could like forge my own hammers, and I'm going to do it all. Like I'm going to do it all because I don't need help from anyone. I'm just like Ron Swanson, and I can do it all by myself. Unless you are like on a personal mission to just say you wrote your own game engine, or you work for like a corporation that's like, hey, write us our own game engine. There's no reason to write your own game engine. If you want to do it, go for it. It's probably a good practice. I've never done it because to me that seems like a huge waste of time. Like why would I do all that when I could just go to Home Depot or Lowe's and just buy a saw and just, or like buy wood and just make it that way, right? But yeah, if you, I just think like writing your own game engine is a huge waste of time. Unless you want to make like a simple game. But even then, you could use like Raylib. Raylib is a really cool C++. Technically, it's a library, but it often gets called a game engine because it has so many things that it can do. But yeah. Oh, it's not $125 an hour. It's $40 an hour for my mentoring. I would not charge that much for mentoring. But DM me anyway. We can work something out. I give people discounts a lot because, yeah, it's not so much about the money. I do charge money because I don't want people to waste my time. My time's really valuable. I have like a family and a life and stuff. And I can't just help everyone on the internet for free. But DM me and we'll work something out. But don't write your own game engine unless you're crazy. All right. keep getting derailed. Oh, we want to end level, end call level event end dispatcher. Anyways, what are you working on? This game is called Bug Squash. Oh, this is going to be an issue, though. I also want to call end bug spawn. End bug spawn gets called when the last bug dies, right? Bug death. Bug death. End bug spawn. So how do we make it that this guy, I could be lazy again. So anyway, Bug Squash was a game that I made in my first YouTube course that's still online for free called Game Development Basics. It's in my YouTube playlists. You can watch the whole course for free. It starts from 0. I make no assumptions about your knowledge of Unreal Engine or game dev, and we start from scratch and we build 4 games over the course of 8 weeks. At the end of the 8 weeks, you should have a pretty good knowledge of how Unreal Engine works, like pretty solid baseline to build upon. And during that course, this was one of the games that we made, and it was really fun. So I was like, I'm just going to keep working on it. And right now, I'm trying to like fix some issues. And bug spawn. I'm gonna do a lazy thing for the sake of the stream, but eventually, I'm gonna have to do something else. And bug spawn. And bug spawn. Remove from parent. If this is the end of the level, lazy. This is what I call brute force by Boolean, BFB, or BFBB, if you want to call the by. But basically, when I'm being lazy, here's what I do. Is fine. Let's make this a variable. Is final and counter. Let's set this to instance editable. And then in my level, I could just say, yep, is final and counter. Oh, let's set that to false by default, because we don't want it to call too early. But this one is the final encounter. And because it is, we're going to get our game mode again and call get call level complete dispatcher. Actually, you know what we probably want to do is just do level complete. That's probably better. And bug spawn. Level. Ooh. Did I move that widget? No, it's still here. All right. Oh yeah, dude. 5.4. We used 5.4 for run veggies. I actually had another project I'm working on for a client that I was doing in 5.4, and I encountered an issue that was so frustrating that I could not find a solution. I went to my friend Claude at Claude.ai, if you don't know, which every developer should be using instead of ChatGPT. Just so you know, don't use ChatGPT. For many reasons, which I won't get into. But Claude.ai is actually built for development AI. It's pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. I was like so anti-AI for a long time. And then I realized that my business was not able to keep up with the market. So I was like, you know what? I better start learning how to use AI. And I was just like, oh, Claude is really cool. Um, I asked Claude, dude, what's going on, man? Because I talked to it like he's my bro, Claude. And it actually told me that there was an issue with 5.4 that had like no solution. And I just had to wait for 5.5 to come out to like continue developing this project. And my client was like, all right, I guess it is what it is, right? Um, again, hey, this is probably like the opposite of what I was saying earlier. Like, don't build your own game engine, but then you get in issues like this, and you're kind of just like, I guess if we built our own game engine, we could have fixed it, right? But anyway, yeah, I personally had lots of issues with 5.4. But if you're getting crashes, it's probably being caused by something. Like Unreal Engine doesn't typically just crash. It's 99% of the time it's something that you're doing, or it's like a plugin you're using, or it's yeah, it's those are like the only times I've ever had it where it's like it's been a plugin that I'm using that's causing the crash, um, or it's most likely something you're doing in your code. But you can head to my Discord and put some notes in there, and I could take a look. But yeah. So if the bugs are dead and bugs spawn, let's get rid of this now. We don't really need it because we have other feedback to the player. And then if it's the final encounter, we also want to do level complete. Right now, level complete is only going to give us a note that the level's complete. And I think we fixed everything else. We got rid of that lazy code. We did put this lazy code, but I actually think this is okay. I actually think I'll leave this in. This one is doing what we want it to do. This one, we got rid of that lazy code up here. I think we're in good shape. All right, let's play through. Let's do a quick playthrough. People have been watching this stream for a while and haven't actually seen what we're making. So in the course, we make this game called Bug Squash, where you have to like kill bugs. And I'm just having fun between projects, working on a little something. So making this, collect the organic samples. That's these pinkish purple things, if you didn't know. If you've never seen a glowing pink and purple, oh, okay. Well, we made a new bug. And that is that the bugs are not spawning. Start bug spawn. Oh, because now our triggers are broken. Trigger. Because we're not using this trigger anymore, we need the game mode trigger. Get game mode. PP game mode. Level event. Start dispatcher. I could probably just do this on this, but let's just do it this way. All right. Now my little buggy boys are going to start spawning, hopefully. Hopefully I just fixed, oh, there we go. Look at that. That's a weird one. Why do I got two? Looks like one's like overlapping the other. All right, we've made, oh God, look at this. Oh no. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right. We've made a mess. We made a mess. All right, let's figure out how to fix our mess. All right. We just triggered every single event, which now I'm realizing was the reason why I did that in the first place. So let's, I think we actually needed this. As crazy as it is, I think we needed this. Because we can't just call that we literally just called every single one of them. We like spawned every bug in the level just now. All right. So a blueprint in Unreal Engine. If you've ever used Unity, you think of blueprints as prefabs. I think what is Godot called them? Nodes, maybe. I can't remember. I haven't used Godot in a while, like a year. But in Unity, they call them prefabs. In Unreal Engine, it's called a blueprint. And blueprints are basically a class. A blueprint, classes can be C++, but they can also be blueprint classes. Now, yes, technically you don't need blueprints. I think you'd be making yourself, you'd be really hurting yourself to use Unreal Engine without using blueprints. That's just my opinion. Unreal Engine is best when you learn to use blueprints and C++ together, but technically you don't also need C++ for like 90% of games either. You could just program everything in blueprints. Like this game is all blueprints. But there are a core difference between Unreal Engine and Unity that I found is that Unreal Engine has all these like base classes built into it for you that already exist, and you can look. There's like a ton of them, and like these are just all there. That Unreal Engine is basically like, oh, we like just want to give you the option to like not have to start from scratch with everything. And if we go down to, so this is the inheritance structure. We start with an object. Everything in Unreal Engine is an object. In Unity, they're called game objects. Actually, I think an object is even at a lower level than a game object. I think the equivalent of a game object in Unity is an actor. So an actor is like the lowest level of like something that can exist in your game. An object is like just a pure data class. An actor becomes like a physical something that you can put in your game. And then a pawn, actually it's up here. A pawn is a type of actor that can be possessed. So you can use these for characters. You can also use a pawn for AI. Anything that has like artificial intelligence, you can use a pawn for. And then a character is a type of pawn that includes a movement component. It's basically all it has different. You don't technically need to use a character. You can use a pawn as your player, but pawn is probably like the lowest level that you could go because you can't possess an actor. You can only possess a pawn. But there's all these things like player controller is already built for you. You would have to build this in Unity. Game mode is already built for you. You'd have to build this in Unity. So these things like already exist for you. And the best way to use Unreal Engine is to lean on the base classes that they've already built for you. Like, you shouldn't start from scratch and build a character. You should use this character class and then make it do what you want it to do. Like my bugs, my AI is a character. All the bugs in the game are a character. Up here, parent class character. So yeah. The character has this movement component, which gives it the ability to move around like a character. So you can see over here, when we click on the character component, we can see all the details of this component. It has character movement settings. It has a walk setting. It has behavior for jumping already built into it. It has swimming, flying. You can set a custom movement. So if one of those doesn't fill the need for what your character should be doing in your game, if you don't want them to walk, run, swim, or fly or jump, and you're like, no, they should be able to do something else, which is undefined, I guess, then you could set it to that. I don't know, riding a bike maybe. You can set a riding a bike custom movement. So this exists on your character class, but if you don't need this, which you probably do, but if you don't, then you can use a pawn. And I've built games where the character is a pawn. Let's look at my tank base is a character also. So that's not a good example. But yeah, you can technically just use a pawn, but you probably want a character. Why don't I use Unity? I do use Unity. I love Unity. I love Unreal Engine and Unity both. They're both great game engines for different reasons. And for a lot of the same reasons. Matter of fact, I just got done teaching a coding class for preteens, middle schoolers, I guess is a good way to say it. And we used Unity for the whole class because I think it's actually a little bit easier, I found, for kids to understand how Unity works than for Unreal Engine. Because Unreal Engine is actually more complex, in my opinion. It's like Unity is maybe more intuitive. For kids, at least. For kids. Like, I don't know. I would have to put Unity in front of adults to see. But like, it's like I don't even have to tell them what to do. They just figure it out. I'm just basically babysitting them and making sure they don't break my computers. Why am I choosing Unreal for this game? Because it was part of my Unreal Engine course on YouTube that I made. Let's look it up here. I made a course on YouTube for Unreal Engine. And this was one of the games that we make in that course. So look at this. This is the whole course from start to finish. It's like 16 hours of lessons. That's not even all of them. That's still not all of them. That's only week 5. There's how many? 85 videos. And we make this game in that course. And so I didn't want to start over in Unity. I could make this game in Unity, but I'm just chilling, man. I'm just trying to chill. I'm not trying to do work. I'm just trying to make a fun game that I just broke. So now I got to unbreak it. All right. Unfortunately, I think I actually need to put these back. Or I need to program my game mode to know which one to trigger. But I actually think that would be more work than just putting it back the way it was. So let's put it back the way it was. Yeah, so there's two different words that are used for blueprints. There is blueprints as a way of describing classes, and there is the blueprint scripting language, which is this that you're seeing, visual scripting. A blueprint is a class. A blueprint can be made by creating a blueprint class. All right. Blueprints is the visual scripting language that's used in Unreal Engine. It's super confusing, but I didn't make up the words. You can be mad at Epic for that. So anyway, I'm gonna fix this, but I don't want to do it on stream because I'm annoyed with it right now. I was trying to make it better and unlazify my code, but I think just broke it, and I think I have to go back to the way it was. Because essentially what happened is we just called every single event, which is not what we want. So I need these bugs to only launch when we hit this event, unfortunately. So, but that's actually, I think, where I got to end today anyway. I was trying to end at 5 p.m. So just shy of 2 hours. Not bad. We did get the level working before we broke it though. But essentially the bugs are going to come out and try to eat my face, and I got to squash them for this bug squash game. But hey, if you haven't liked and subscribed to my channel, do that on YouTube's. If you're on Twitch, head to YouTube and do that. I also have a Discord. All my socials are in the bottom. Hit me up anywhere if you have questions. Like I said a little bit ago, I do offer like private tutoring. So if you just want to like ask a question, you want some like one-on-one time, you can book a session with me. Or you can hit me up in DMs. I usually respond to my DMs if people are in my server. So if you're in my Discord server and you DM me, I will usually respond. If you're not in my Discord server, I'm assuming that you're a scammer and just trying to get me to click on some nefarious link. So I will not respond. So join the Jim Douglas Studios Discord. Maybe put like a hello in there and then try to DM me, and then you can ask some questions. I'd be happy to answer questions. But if you just want some like one-on-one guaranteed help, you can book a session with me. But yeah, watch the Game Development Basics if you like this game that I just broke. There's a lot you can learn if you're trying to learn Unreal Engine. I do think it's a really good place to start. But otherwise, I do feel the consequences of my own actions, and it's annoying. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you guys next time. I'll catch you later.